Hey guys, welcome back. Bryonato here once again, and this is going to be my Effect and Cause 2 tutorial. This is going to be the second one I've done for this level. My old tutorial is pretty outdated at this point, so there's a lot of ground to cover with Effect and Cause 2. Effect and Cause 2 is kind of what I like to refer to as like the big three for like the really popular technical levels that see a lot of IL, see a lot of individual level runs and optimization and stuff like that. The other two being Blood and Rust and Beacon Tube. So there's a couple of like brief waiting periods in this level, but other than that, the level goes really really fast. And there's a lot of ground we have to cover. So I will do my best to explain to you guys everything I've learned about running this level as fast as possible. So um, to start things off, pretty simple on the start. You run forward and you slide, and then you hold E. I know that's like might be really hard to comprehend, but that's what you do. Not a lot to say there. So when we're actually at this part of the cutscene right here, or I want to look like a little bit to the left. I'm gonna be staring at the wall right here because we're gonna be doing a wall kick here and then a wall kick there, and that's gonna get us like straight through the doorway there. There's like you don't have to do this strat if you're not like super confident with your wall kicks if you're just getting started. And I'll go over the other strats too. But generally, to shoot through the door, what's going to happen here is we're going to slide, jump, kick, switch time, and then shoot this Marvin on the way through. That's generally speaking how that's going to look. And you want to be careful when you're coming through here to wall kick at these specific points. You don't want to like strafe or really anything like that, because if you do, the chance of you bonking is like, I mean, high. So don't double jump, just do single jumps in between. I wouldn't like try and over strafe or anything here. I would just keep it simple. If you don't want to do the wall kicks, again, not a big deal. Jump here, switch, just kind of wall run for a bit, and then you can just keep going like this. So as you get through here, you kill the Marvin. You usually want to do like 2 or 3 jumps. You just want to be careful because this doorway is pretty thin. So when you get through here, you want to be jumping like about right here. I wouldn't want to jump any closer, otherwise you risk bonking the top of the doorway there. So as you come through here, one of the big benefits about having a lot of speed as you come through is that you can, if you do end up landing right here and jumping, you can normally like land right before the button press here, and landing before the button press is really nice for quite a few reasons. So let me see if I can explain this properly. So once you press the button and then you run through, there's going to be these 2 grunts that show up right here. So you have to like run through and then jump and then switch as you're in midair. So you have to like, as you come in, it's kind of like, usually should be a fluid motion, like, whoops, about like that. And I know that looks pretty simple, but getting the timing down for this is actually pretty tricky. You have to be careful not to swap too early, because when you're standing like on this side of the door and you swap, if you're not completely clear of where the door sits in the present, it'll boost you or like just shoot you straight back. I mean, you can see this. And on top of that, you have to manage these grunts being right in front of you. And also on top of that, one of the reasons it's important to have a lot of speed coming in here is because of the slide boost timer. So you want to get like a big jump right here and then let go of crouch, so that way when you do this and then do this, you'll immediately have the slide boost. You want to be careful about sliding for an extended period of time as you approach the button. So like if you do this, you come in here and you slide, then you press the button, and then like you, okay, so imagine you come in here and slide, then you press the button, and then you do, and then you do this. The amount of times it won't give you a slide boost is like pretty high. So you want to be careful about like just not doing a slide right before this. Otherwise, it won't give you a slide boost about like that. But yeah, you could like, and if you want, you can run around these guys. But again, it's gonna be slower. Like going to the, it's just like, it's not that much slower going to the, jumping to the right. But it's just like, it's like that little bit slower. So I don't know. You can play this how you want. Anyway, so once you get by this part, there's a way to actually like go all the way through here and then make it through these vents without losing any speed. So that that whole route right there obviously is pretty difficult. So it's all about how you set up for it in this room here. So once you start your slide here, I normally will do a jump, and then I'll land right before this little I guess these cabinets. I'm gonna double jump over them. Excuse me. I'm gonna double jump over the cabinets, and then I want to land right before the stairs, and then I do a jump, and then I jump off the top part of the stairs, and that usually gets you in here pretty clean. If you can make it like to here and like just shoot straight in, actually getting around here without losing your speed is pretty simple. It's setting up for this cleanly that I think is the harder part. You might find differently, but that's just from my personal experience. Hey, Admiral Bob, good to see you, dude. Oops. Come here, double jump, jump, jump. There you go. And you just double jump through, and once you get through here, that's when it becomes easy, my opinion. So you can just go, you can just continue at an arc straight through here, and then you get to right there. Sway says, I generally wall ride in here. Yeah, you could wall ride in here if you want, but you don't really get any speed boost from it, and you have to take a wider line to do it. So I recommend just continuing the slide hop all the way through if you can. Something I should note, you can come through here, and then if you get a frame perfect time swap, you can hit the fan so it actually shoots you forward. This is actually a thing. If there was a task of this game, this would be a strat that we used, but it's really fucking hard. Nobody does it, and the only time it does happen is by accident. So I'm just want to put that out there that it is a thing that exists, that is known, but it is not used. So when you come through here, when you come through the fans, you just do just take a really kind of calm arc around. Don't strafe too fast. Just kind of think of it like you're taking like a big U-shaped corner all the way to right here. Some things to be careful of is be really careful not to bonk right here. There's like a certain section that I found when I'm slide hopping through here, like I jump off it and it bounces me up higher than the fan here. I'm not really sure where exactly it is, because like even when I'm crouching over this stuff, it's not like boosting me up at all. So I'm not really sure where this bump is, but there is like a weird bump somewhere in here that'll mess you up. Anyway. There it is. But anyway, it's just a really smooth arc through there. So once we get in here, I'll probably do a quick save right here. I think this should be fine. Okay. Yeah, so once you get, I just had to make sure I had the right amount of speed there. So once you get through here, you should be continuing your slide hop all the way through. You just jump through the fans. Don't double jump. I know it's kind of tempting to double jump here. Don't double jump because that. You just do a single. You just do like a simple single hop through here, strafe to the right, and then you want to end up landing. I wouldn't. Once you get into this room, you don't want to time swap until you're like pretty close to this crate. When you do it right here, there's a couple of grunts and a Marvin in here, and this Marvin will like legitimately get in your way. Even sometimes you can just be coming back here, and I mean this is like. I did this on purpose, getting the Marvin in that spot, but I can't tell you like how many times this has happened. So, just like wait till you're pretty far in the room before you come in here, press the button, and you should be able to find your way out, or get out pretty easily. Another thing to keep in mind is the slide boost timer usually likes to strike again right here. So if you can just jump right, if you can like stop sliding, like once you get about right here and then just double jump, or just do a bunny hop when you get in here as well. A bunny hop works too, as long as you want to like stop sliding as soon as possible once you're in the room. Because if you have your slide back, you can run here, slide, and that's just like a little bit faster than sprinting on the way out, right? So as soon as you get to this corner, just hug the corner. I usually don't strafe here, and by strafe I mean on the ground, like left and right. Just hold forward and then arc all the way around. If you're like, it's like a little bit faster just to do forward and then move your view like that. It's the little things, right? So hug the corner, and then as soon as you get to this wall, that's when the next section starts. So let me see if I have the Prowler down here. Yeah, he is down there. Okay. Let me go through here one more time. Okay, so right here. So once you're here, you're gonna do an instant wall run, and then strafe to the right, and then we want to be aiming for this corner right here. So instant wall run, strafe to the right, and then double jump, kick, kick, and that'll get you to this door pretty darn quick. PDQ. Again, I'm gonna be making use of. Oh, that's weird. It closed the door behind me. I'm gonna be making use of that. Excuse me. Where's my quick save here? I'm gonna be making use of that. That strafe pattern that I talk about all the time. When you jump from a wall, you jump back toward, or you strafe back toward the wall, like this. Then you double jump and you strafe toward the next wall. That's just the best way to gain speed and maximize your distance coming off a wall. So jump from the wall, strafe back toward it, and then you strafe toward the other one. Anyway, so sometimes there's this prowler. That guy right. Okay. So sometimes there's this prowler, he'll be walking toward the door as you're coming around here. So if the prowler is walking toward the door, we call it the prowler RNG. What you would do here is, after the wall kick, you aim for this, the left side of the door. If you aim for the left side of the door, you should be able to avoid the prowler when he's walking through. Another thing you can do alternatively, if you see the prowler walking toward the door, is, if you see the prowler walking there, you just swap time. And then you don't swap time back until you're about right here. And that pretty much guarantees that the prowler doesn't get in front of you there. So it's just a matter of doing whatever's most comfortable for you. I don't like doing the time swaps because it can kind of mess with my wall kick timing. So I normally just aim for the left side of the door. Hi, buddy. There he is. All right. So if you're having trouble with the wall kicks, I mean, just try and get better at them. Running through here is, it's slower, but it's not going to be the end of the world. But wall kicking through here is much faster than doing the wall runs. So I really recommend you work on your wall kicks. I mean, what else is new, right? So anyway, once we get through this hallway, we're going to get to the elevator. So we go here, kick, left, kick, and then you're going to aim. Either way, you should be aiming for the left side of the door here. Because you want to do like a, wow, he died really fast. You want to be taking like a big arc around the corner here. When you're aiming for the left side of the doorway, it's easier for you to kind of curve your turn like around here, kind of hit the apex of the corner, and then land right in front of the elevator there. As opposed to when you come in here like on the right side, and then you have to make like a sharp corner, and sometimes you end up hitting that. It can be kind of frustrating. So something to note as you're coming into this room from this route here. You want to swap time, like pretty much right when you get in the room, because there's a trigger in this timeline that you have to hit before you get to the elevator. If you just come in here like that, so I'll show you an example. If you just come in here and you stay in the present the whole time, you'll completely miss the trigger for the elevator, I believe anyways. We look pretty silly if it works out. Yeah, see, there's no dialogue, there's nothing happening. The elevator took a while. So what you got to do here is to avoid having this weird miss trigger, you come in here, and as soon as you get about right here, just swap. There you go, and then see the elevator opens instantly. So one last thing I guess to note about this final part of the route here is once you get to the doorway here, one of the things I do when I come through is I do a side jump. So a side jump is when you hold left or right in the air and then you jump. You get kind of some lateral movement from that. A side jump is really useful for kind of slowing yourself down and making a sharp corner when you're going really fast. It's probably like most efficient here. So you do this and then you do side jump and then you straight. It's a really nice way to take a tight corner coming in here. So that's really like my final thing to note about that. So now we'll get to the elevator. So once this elevator opens, you just sprint at it. Anytime there's enemies that move through, that have a scripted motion through a doorway, you can run straight through them. Like that. So as soon as you get in the elevator, like immediately when you get in the elevator, you do a double jump and then you swap time. And so you want to be aiming for this little platform right here, or this little wall right here. So when you do this double jump, you should land about right here, and then from here you can do another. If you can avoid mantling, you can do another double jump to this wall over here. And so then from there we can start the elevator climb. So the elevator climb is fairly simple, but there's definitely a bit of some I've been overusing the sword a lot in my tutorials, some nuance to it. So once we get here, what I like to do for the elevator climb is I'm gonna hold W pretty much the entire time, but I'm gonna be swapping back and forth between A and D depending on you know, which direction I'm jumping. So so from here it would be like, I would say watch my inputs here, and then once I'm gonna actually gonna count my jumps on the way up. So you go here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the 5th jump I turn around. I've pretty much cleared enough distance so I can get some forward momentum up to there. On the 5th jump I turn around and do the same thing on the way back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then usually you can just kind of go straight up to this part right here. You want to, the key here is you want to avoid mantling or get as little of a mantle as possible. The reason you don't just go left and right when you jump up is the forward momentum. Actually, I find that kind of makes your, it's just a bit more efficient to have forward momentum when you're moving up. It just, I'm not sure if it actually is faster, but it sure as hell feels faster holding W like this. So I don't know, I could be a big Dumbo, but this is my recommendation to you. Maybe you find a faster way up here, but what I always do coming up through the elevator is here, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn around, 1, 2. And then you can normally either wall run and then land here, or you can just do a really light mantle like that, or if you come through on this side, you can just come around the corner. But basically, you want to get around this corner as fast as possible. And when you do that, you just sprint forward and hug it as much as you can. And then once you get here, let me see. I'll do a quick save here. Once you get here, I just do a wall run, and I just hold the wall run for a while, and then I would say, I wonder where my visual key was for this. There's a lot of things I do that I just do off of like muscle memory, but I don't actually have a visual cue for it, and this is one of them. So I guess right here I wait till I get about right to this white part of the wall. Then once I get to the white part of the wall, I just jump and then instantly hold left. I'll usually do a slide hop off about this part of the stairs, and then you just want to hold left and then hold use to press the button. So I guess coming out of the elevator would be about like that. And you do have to be careful not to hug the wall too much, because you can get a wall bump off this corner, and then it puts you away from where you can press the button, and it loses seconds. It loses seconds. It's pretty silly. Hold left, jump, there. So once we're here, we gotta wait for Anderson to do some talking. If you haven't picked up fire stars yet in any percent, this is the last time you can do it before you need them for Beacon Chapter 1. So the fire stars are right here. There's technically a frag boost that you can do once this door opens to get through this next hallway pretty quickly, but there isn't really a consistent strat for it. God knows I've tried to find a consistent one. There's a pretty good meme with that in my Discord. But generally speaking, what I do when the door opens is as soon as you hear Anderson out, I just run towards this door, and then as soon as the door opens, I'm gonna do a quick look to the left to get around those grunts, so that way you don't balk them at all. So I just do a quick flick to the left and then I grab here. So once I grab this wall, I'm gonna jump and then time swap, and I'll just show you the route and then I'll explain it. So that's how that looks properly. So what's going on here is we do the quick flick to the left, get around that guy, jump. I usually get about like right here, I jump off, and I'm going to start strafing to the left, jump, and I'm going to wait for it here, double jump, strafe to the right, and I can hit this doorway perfectly, and then we come in here. What you got to be careful of in this situation is you want to take a wide turn coming in here, because it's very, very easy to bonk right here on this thing, or on that thing. So this is kind of like it's a pretty like tight gap, but it's definitely not too hard it's not too hard to hit. So you go here, land about like around this red mark. Once you land here, strafe left, double jump, and then you strafe right. There, and you can land pretty much anywhere on this desk and not mantle. You can actually land on top of these computer monitors pretty easily. But in any case, you want to aim for this side, and as soon as you get usually like about right here is when you want to time swap, because you won't trigger the next Anderson dialogue unless you're in the past. So right here. I think that's about all there is to cover for this room. Alright, so in this room there are a few different strats here. So in any percent,
Anderson's log 342.
you generally don't have frags, but if you're running fast any percent, you will have frags here. So there's quite a few different ways to approach this door opening, and I'll do my best to explain all of them. So I guess the first one would be you normally just stand here.
This one's empty.
The arc must be somewhere else. You're gonna wait for Anderson to say Anderson out. You just wait for the door to start moving. You jump and you grab the wall here. That's the first one. Second one would be. Now this is gonna be if you have frags. Actually, I'm gonna load my other save so I have a bit more time to talk about the setup. The other setup here is you're gonna stand like at this little this part right here. You're gonna look at the door.
Doesn't look like they perfected the case.
After Anderson says else, you're gonna kind of like wait. Overzero's the one that did this, that figured this strat out. He says he waits like a beat after Anderson says else. So like a beat would be like, the arc must be somewhere else. Dude. And when you hear like, and you can play like an invisible beat in your head, and after that beat, he pulls the frag. Those nose flicks, dude. I know. I always got an itchy nose. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Dragon's shedding a lot right now, so that might be it. So, here we go.
This one's empty. The arc must be somewhere else. Anderson out.
So that's like sort of how that looks. That obviously wasn't perfect. I'll try and get a better example for you, but this is how it works. So, you would stand here.
This one's empty. The arc must be somewhere else.
Pull the frag, drop it, go. So there you go. So that's that frag boost. The timing for that can be pretty tricky, and if you do want to go with this frag boost, I recommend you spend some time working on this, because if you die, it's a big deal.
The arc must be somewhere else. Anderson out.
Anyway, but this gets you a pretty nice, gets you some speed for this room. There's another setup that you can do in here, and I'm not entirely sure about the timing because I didn't make this strat. But you can actually stand like around right here. Usually wait for Anderson to say out, and you can kind of usually right when he says Anderson out would probably be the best time to jump. Hey, oh, speaking of Overzero, he just showed up in chat. What's up, dude? As soon as you hear Anderson out, you can jump at this wall. Oh, whoops! I'll do this quick save. It'll be faster. Yeah, here we go.
This one's empty. The arc must be somewhere else.
Yes, Anderson out.
Anderson out.
So you see Anderson out, and you jump at the wall. You can usually get through there, like through the top of the door right as it opens, and you have a lot of speed coming in here. So that's like a pretty good strat. So the one that I'm using currently is this one is pretty tricky. So you're gonna stand here.
The arc must be somewhere else.
And you're gonna look at this little cross right here. So there's like 1, 2, this one. You're gonna look at that little cross right there. And after Anderson completes saying else, you throw a frag right there. And then he's gonna say Anderson, and you're gonna run. And then when he says right after he says out, you're gonna jump, and you get like a pretty sick frag boost on the way over. So.
This one's empty. The arc must be somewhere else. Anderson out.
So that's that one. So there's lots of different ways through this door. This is kind of like you just pick your poison. All of these are pretty fast, aside from the one where you're just kind of waiting here and then you grab the wall. But they all have their own advantages. They all have their different difficulties to it. You just pick the one that you want to do. The fastest one is the one I'm doing currently, obviously. But yeah, it's just kind of up to you. It's up to you which one you want to do. I'm not going to tell you like which one is the best. So.
This one's empty. The arc must be somewhere else. Anderson out.
In any case, when you do come through here like this, these two guys are a huge pain in the ass. I forget if there's a shotgun over here. I don't remember if there's a shotgun here. We'll pick up the Mastiff. The Mastiff will work for what I'm trying to talk about. Okay. You normally have to shoot at least one of them, or like try to avoid them. It's pretty annoying, to be completely honest, man.
Doesn't look like they perfected the casing.
So, I'll see if I can show an example here.
This one's empty. The arc must be somewhere else. Anderson out.
Yeah, so you want to try and like shoot. You can normally shoot one of these guys on the way through. And that'll make it easier for you to land there. Another thing to be careful of would be like right here.
This one's empty.
Something else you could do
The Ark must be somewhere else. Anderson out.
would be like to strafe really hard to the left and then just do like a wall kick right there. But even then, you risk hitting this guy in the face. So generally speaking, you're gonna have to shoot one of these guys in the face. Like, one of these dudes has to die. That's just kind of how it is. It's pretty tough. But when you come around here, I recommend just kind of holding strafe to the left, and then either jumping right here and then doing a wall kick, or just wall kicking up the wall entirely. In any case, when you come around here, you're gonna be going here, here. You wall kick off this wall. You wall kick or wall run, either one. Either one. You're gonna be doing something off this wall, right? Let me put a quick save here. So you're gonna be doing a wall run or a wall kick off this wall. It doesn't matter. Do a kick here, strafe around. Do another kick here. You strafe back to the left. These guys will take like forever to shoot you and kill you. As you can see, I mean this is on easy, so you don't have to worry too much about those guys. You do something here. You come around. You do a kick off this wall, straight back to the left. And then usually time swap about right here. And now this is where this level gets like fucking crazy. So everything from here on out is just like, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time right here. This is really really hard. So this room right here is called cryo storage, for obvious reasons. And then once we come in here, can you not, man? And then eventually once you come through here, this next room is lovingly referred to as Hell Room, both because of its hellish like color and the sheer difficulty of getting through here as fast as possible. So yeah, you'll remember this part if you played through casually. This room is pretty nuts, and it's pretty silly in the speedrun too. Yeah, Over0 says this is where the fun begins. Yeah, when you hit this clean, it feels so good. So we'll start from the beginning. We'll start from cryo storage. So you're coming through here. So when you come through here like this, there is like an invisible wall or something. It's really strange. When you come through here and you double jump right here, there's sometimes something that you can bonk on, and I can't figure out what it is for the life of me, but there's definitely something here. I'm not sure if this barrel falls. I think sometimes this barrel actually like falls off, or something has a scripted event and you hit it and you like hit it when you double jump, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. In any case, so when you're coming down here, I normally just will try and I want to land like right before Meowzu312. Thanks for the follow. I want to land right before this little I don't know what you would call this storage unit right here. I'm just gonna call this a barrel. Okay, so bear with me. You want to land right before this little barrel right here. And you don't want to, and yeah, I'm going to use, from this barrel, I'm going to do a wall run, and I'm going to jump off. I do a wall kick here, strafe left, double jump, and then get right here. This is a pretty nifty fast way through. I found this route when I was running out all helmets. You don't want to jump too high off of this barrel, because you can bonk right on this thing right here. This little event that comes through here, it has collision, and you will bonk off it. So yeah, when I come through here, I wanna, you know, I don't want to jump too high, or I don't want to be too high on the barrel. So just like avoid coming through here and like doing a double jump and then grabbing onto it, because you'll bonk this. It's really annoying. So you want to grab like about like a full one single jump is about as high as you should grab there. In any case, if you do bonk here, I find it's fastest to wall run off this wall and then do that. You don't have to. Good night, MathCat. Thank you very much. You don't have to wall kick off this wall, by the way. You can just do a wall run. That's fine too. It's not that much slower. But in any case, you want to have like a pretty good amount of distance before you jump off of it, because you can hit these little monitors right here. So you kind of want to hit this gap right here. Either go over the monitors or hit this gap here. This could be some pretty tricky strafing. So it'll definitely be up to you to practice this and find out how this works through here. So sometimes I double jump to go over them. Sometimes I just strafe through here and then don't double jump to right there. But in any case, once you get through here, you can just go straight through this fire. It's gonna be fine. So yeah, once you get through there, You gotta watch out for this little corner here. This'll heck you up. And I come here and I usually double jump. Actually, wait, do I double jump through there? I think actually I've had problems with this. Yeah, okay, so I do a delayed double jump. It's really tempting when you come through here to do like an instant double jump and then try and grab this. But if you come here out of a slide hop, the game will just like auto crouch for you and you won't be able to grab this wall. You have to be able to grab this wall here because this is like pretty essential to getting a fast route through here. So if you come through here with speed, yo, the random recon emote, hell yeah, or not random recon, Morcus Porcus, dude, I love Mork, he's the best. Happy to see one of his emotes in here. You double jump off of this little, off of this other barrel. I'm just gonna call these barrels because it's easy. And you head bonk here. And when you head bonk there, it just is a really easy way to get through this, threshold and not bonk anything and not mess yourself up. Purposely bonking your head just gets you through here really clean. It feels good. It's good stuff. Hey Valgrath. So if you make a okay, let me show this all in full real quick. There we go. So that would be cryo storage, all the way through. So if you find that you lose some speed or something like that through here, this is a route that I know Joshua04 is currently working on. You can actually kind of cut this corner pretty tight and then jump off the pipe there. And then when you jump off the pipe, you can actually go straight from this jump here to like, I wonder if I can get a slide boost here to kind of like illustrate what it would look like. In any case, he jumps off the pipe and then is able to wall kick off the wall there. So it's pretty cool if you can do it. I know this is a route that Josh currently has under construction. And I obviously haven't worked on it. That's usually because when I come around here, I have way too much speed to be able to cut this corner like this. But yeah, it's about like that. That's about how it looks. So you might want to work on that in your own time, maybe see if you can route that out yourself. I just want to let you guys know that that's another thing that exists. I've also messed with before coming in here at speed and like doing, and then wall running here and doing a similar thing where I do that and then I go here. So there's definitely other ways through here that are like a little bit unexplored. It's just kind of, I'm showing you what's currently the fastest way and the strat that I use. So it's just kind of up to you to figure it out, figure out some of the rest of it for yourself. So let me see if I can get an example route with the wall run in here. That was a nice wall kick, dude. That barrel's right there. That's pretty annoying. Yeah, so you can see there's other ways you can do this. Like the route through cryo storage is pretty fast, but it's definitely not 100% optimal, and there's definitely ways it can be improved. So yeah, definitely still ways you can get through here. I think that's about all I have to say about cryo storage. So now we'll move on to Hell Room. So Hell Room, I will illustrate the fastest way through, and then we'll kind of go over some backups and stuff like that. So be prepared for me to spend a lot of time talking about this room. So I think I'll set up a quick save right here. So Hell Room. I'm gonna start from here. I'll just start from the double jump. Hopefully I'll get this clean right here.
Wonderful.
Alright, this was good enough. This is a pretty good illustration of what this looks like. Not like 100% perfect, but yeah. So this is like a pretty like average example of what the route through Hell Room looks like. So now we'll try and break this down. So when you come out of here, you're going to be doing that double jump bonk. After I do the first slide up here, I'm going to double jump, and then I want to land on the rail. You can technically land before the rail, but landing on the rail is just the easiest way to make sure you don't like do this and then like bonk the rail or mantle it or something like that. So you jump off the rail, and then you're going to do a double jump, and then immediately grab the wall right here. I usually, if you're nervous about it, just do a side jump to grab the wall. That'll be the easiest. And again, if that route looked really intimidating, don't worry, we're going to cover the alternates through here too. And so once you get around here, I usually run this corner about to when I get just barely around the corner. Once I'm about right here is when I'm gonna jump off. So I'll actually do this in slow-mo here so I can better talk about it.
Wonderful.
So once I'm about right here, I jump off and immediately strafe to the left. And then I do a double jump here, and the whole time I want to end up landing. I want to take a big arcing strafe through here, and I want to land about right here. Not too close to this guy, not too far back here. I want to land about right here. And then once you land here, you actually have to take another bit of like an arcing strafe to get over there, because there's actually a trigger. There's a trigger on both of these circular platforms, right there and right there, that we have to hit. Otherwise, we will we'll lock the game up. So, to speak on that really quick, we've actually found like different ways to skip either one or both of these platforms, but we always end up soft locking the game. So that's why the route is the way it is. So you want to strafe close enough. You want to usually in about like if you're going over the tree here, you're normally pretty okay, but you want it to be in a line about like that. That's going to be your best bet. So yeah, so from this wall, you take that arcing strafe here, and then the arcing strafe here, and then you land here. If you're a little bit nervous about your timing, or if you're not going fast enough here, it's fine to like slide a little bit before you jump again. That's totally okay too. In any case, you just want to make sure that you're not just like jumping like right here and then cutting directly over there, because you'll probably miss the trigger then. So once you get over there, this next part is pretty simple. You just jump here. It's just double jump here, and then you're gonna want to try and hit the apex on this corner here, and jump directly. Are you serious, man? Oh, I see how it is. Okay. Let me kill these guys and then we'll move on. Oh, damn, he got Sparted. So you're going to hit the apex here and then kind of cut right through here to this middle section through the building. So once you get here, you want to be aiming you want to land like right about on top of this guy right here. You want to land on this little ledge here. You don't want to like land in the middle. What you're trying to do is line up to jump from here and then to jump off this. We call this printer hop. I don't think this is actually a printer. It could be a copier or some other sort of device, but everybody calls it the printer. So we call it printer hop if you're able to get through here and then jump off the printer. You can jump from the printer and then immediately grab the zip line here. It's like a pretty nifty strat, but it's really, really hard, and there's other ways around it. So let's see, like printer hop would be, if I could even get this. I can't get it with that speed. Yeah, so you jump from the printer to the zip line here. Hope this is the right quick save. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So I'll show you printer hop again if I can hit it here. Double jump. Jump off the printer. You can grab the zip line. You gotta do a slight strafe to the right to line that up perfectly, but in any case, if you can hit the printer, you can normally grab the zip line. That is of course not the only way through there. If you can't get printer hop, it's not the end of the world. Let me see if I can line this up here. That works. So if you mess up printer hop, it's not the end of the world. Your best bet here is going to be to jump away from the building and then jump back toward it, and then just grab the wall here. So you come here and you grab the wall. Then you can jump directly to the zip line. So it should be said that route is one of the most difficult in the game. If you're not comfortable with that route, there are other ways through. There are other ways through Hellroom. So the other way through here is you can still do this like outside route, but you don't have to do like the inside cut. You can do this outside route here, jump here, jump off this, and then you can jump off this guy, jump here, and then you can do that. That's like an example of what you can do. Also, come in through here, you could just do it like take the casual route. perfectly acceptable if you're not comfortable with the other route. And then even from here, you can still try and set up for a printer hop, dude. Look at that. Look at that. You can pretty much do printer hop no matter which route you're taking through there. So there's lots of different ways through here. I wonder if I could do my old route through. So I used to have a really sick route through here. I kind of forget what it is. I'm wondering if I can figure it out here. I don't remember what it was though. Hold on. I think I did something like, yeah, I did this crazy thing where I would jump off the panels. It'd be so old. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Or actually, you know what? I am gonna find it. So give me a brief moment, and I'm gonna pull it up on an old YouTube video. Okay, thanks for waiting. I'm sure I probably cut that out, so you're only waiting for about 2 seconds there. Here's the example I was talking about. So my old route through here was actually pretty cool. You actually, I would jump off of this little circular guy right here, and then I would jump off these 2 panels. Dude, I was such a big fan of this panel strat. It was really sick too. And then you wall run here, and then you jump to the zip line. So that's like another example of an alternative strat that you can do if you so wanted. So there's like different ways through there if you're not comfortable with Hellroom. But in any case, like that is the optimal way through is the first way I showed you. But you of course have a bunch of different options. Okay, so let's talk about what happens after the zipline up here. So when you grab the zipline, you're gonna have a couple options. The most efficient one is going to be to jump when you're about halfway, do a double jump, and then jump off this little railing right here. That'll allow you to do a pretty nice cut, and then get to the wall over there. Another thing you could do is you can actually jump from the zip line super early, and then strafe in here and do a wall kick right there. If you do it high enough, you can actually get enough height to get over there. But that's doing it that way is actually pretty hard. It's really hard. I prefer doing it with the jump off the rail because it's easier for me to get enough height to do this. So, but this is totally a thing you can do. It's like absolutely a thing. Just kind of again up to you to determine what you're most comfortable with. Another thing I see people do, this is a bit slower. I don't recommend it, but they'll come over here and then like they'll do you have to jump off the zip line pretty late, which is like why it's not the best route because you're spending more time on the zip line. But they come over here and then they do a wall kick off this guy, and they continue on. But yeah, again, this is not a route that I recommend. I guess finding the angle for that is kind of weird too. So yeah, not what I would recommend. But again, it is definitely a thing you can do. Yes, mascot. Of course, this is slower. Yes, that's 100% slower. It's a worse line. So in any case, I'd recommend, my recommendation is doing it off the rail there, or at the very least, doing an early jump, and then like jumping off the inside of the platform. Pretty much anything is going to be faster than doing a wall kick off this part. So once you get through here, this section is like deceptively hard. This wall kick that I do, like especially when I jump off the rail, is probably one of the hardest in the game. So coming here and then doing that wall kick, that is a really hard wall kick. It's going to take, and if you want to do this route, it's going to take you a ton of practice. That's just kind of a disclaimer. But once you jump off here, you have to strafe to the right really hard, and then do like the double jump that you do before the wall kick is like it's just 1-2. It's really fast. So again, you jump off about at the halfway point here, double jump, and then just strafe hard route, double jump, wall kick. And you have to be really careful to get over this drone too, because if you're not paying attention, you'll bonk him, like pretty much every time. It's brutal. So if you do want to do that, you can actually clear this gap in 2 kicks, and 2 kicks is going to be the fastest, about the fastest you can do it, or the fewest amount of wall kicks you can do it. I missed the wall kick there, but you get the idea. If you're not able to do that, I would say just try to do it in as few wall kicks as possible. Use the strafing pattern I talked about where you go back toward the wall and then toward the other one. If you do find that you miss a wall kick or something like that, or you don't think you have enough time, or enough speed rather, or you do like an early wall kick here and you're not sure you're going to make it. So what I recommend doing from this wall is right when you come here, you jump off the wall and then you immediately time swap and strafe to the left. If you can't do it in 2, do it in 3. If you do it in 4, then you're just going slow. You're spending a lot of time moving left and right. So you go here, here, and then instantly, as soon as you do that final wall kick, you instantly swap and then start strafing hard left. If you're doing it in 4 kicks here, you're losing time. I mean, that's pretty much how it works. Because if you're doing this, I know this is gonna feel fast, but like it's a lot slower. Because you have to think that every time that you're kicking back and forth here, it's time that you're spending moving left and right, and not necessarily going forward.
Pilot, the rings at my location contain
So let's say like you come through here, and you're like, oh darn, I messed up the first wall kick. Crap. So you come over here, do a wall kick here, and then boom, swap, and then immediately strafe left. Then once you strafe left, you can jump right from here, and then you can get another wall kick off this wall here. But actually, something I should mention is that if you come through here fast enough, if I can even manage to do it, this isn't going to be good enough. If you come through here fast enough, you can actually like clear this whole gap without hitting the wall. The amount of speed and you have to get, I think you have to get two 3-frame wall kicks. If you get a firstie, it should make it pretty easy to get, but you have to jump really late down here, and then really late down here, and then land like right at the very edge of the platform, and you can actually clear the whole thing. So it's pretty neat if you can get it. It makes the setup for the next room kind of hard, but it looks cool, which is what matters, right? What if I can get it here? No, I'm not gonna have the angle for it. In any case, we'll talk about setting up into this room now. So, once you get across here in 3 wall kicks or less, and not doing that, once you get across here in 3 wall kicks or less, or 3 wall jumps or less, I guess I should say, the strat here is going to be you're going to jump off of this guy here, and I usually want to land about like halfway through the wall. You can use like this little beam as a frame of reference. You want to kick like about right there or right there. And then once you wall run from here, you want to avoid this guy. I'm not sure, this thing is present in both timelines, so that's extra nice. You want to jump usually over this wall here, and I want to land like about right here. And then from here, that'll allow my arc to land me like right underneath this doorway. And you don't want to jump right before the doorway, because the chances of bonking it are pretty high, because it's a really tight door. So shooting in here is actually pretty difficult, and I'll do my best to kind of explain how exactly this is supposed to be done. So when you come in here, you want to have to kind of control your pace here. If you think you're going too fast, tapping S would probably be the best option. But the biggest things you want to watch out for are this here, this here, this pipe here, and then this pipe here. So once you come in here, you're going to land about right here. Ideally have a second jump right here. Then you could jump off the rail and then continue on down the hallway. Something to be careful about is if you're doing a jump from right here and then going over to that wall, generally speaking, the game will kind of like magnetize you down to down to this pipe here. I probably can't get an example of it just like on command, but you have to be really careful of this pipe, because you'll find that sometimes you'll come in here really fast, you come here, then you come over to like do a jump over to the wall there, you'll kind of like slide on the pipe, and then you'll do a side jump or something, and then you'll die. So be really careful when you come in here. I'll see if I can set up like a proper example for you here. Double jump, land here. Okay, so again, this is another one of those ones you can do in like 2 wall kicks. But again, getting in 2 wall kicks requires like a lot of speed. But you can kind of see how I'm trying to line this up here. I'll use like the 3 wall jump route now, with 2 wall kicks and a wall run. So you come through here, do a wall kick there, double jump. I always want to land before the door, jump off the pipe, kick strafe, kick, kick. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of that one. Just the lineup that you take going into the room is the most important part. kick here. One. And the strafe through there is very small. It's a really, really tight motion. You don't want to have any sharp movements in here. Just goes so much to do. You just want to take like that really nice line all the way through. Jump off the rail. Go here, and then take this last wall kick if you have to, and then land in there. It's always going to be faster to not hit the ground before you go through that little that last little vent section. Jump, jump. Mention how you can do this part in one wall kick, but it's not as good. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can technically do this, and you can technically do this in one wall kick, though it is really hard. But if you're landing like this and then going down the vent, it's going to be slower because the momentum you have, your speed always increases as you fall in this game. I don't believe fall speed is capped. So when you're able to take like kind of a high jump and then go straight down into the hole, that's usually that's going to be more efficient than hitting the ground and then going down the hole. Another thing I should mention is there's a strat I'm working on right now. With this inside, or with this route here, where if I take kind of like a sharp corner coming in. So you see how I tried to jump over the fence and then I slid on the fence and it messed me up? That is exactly what I was talking about. That is exactly what I was talking about. I'm glad I got a video example of that. That's what that looks like. So what a strat that I'm working on right now is I come in here and I kind of take a sharper corner. I take a sharper corner coming in and I jump straight over to this guy right here. And you can actually wall kick off this. So what I'm working on right now is taking a sharper corner coming in here, wall kicking off this, and then going here, and then doing that in like 2 jumps. So it's definitely something I'm working on right now. I just want to have it in the tutorial video to let you know that like this is a thing that is like kind of under development. So out of the big 3, Effect and Cause 2 is probably the most. This isn't really the right word, unoptimized. I think the word would be has the most room for improvement out of Blood and Rust and Beacon 2. But that's not to say like it's definitely not optimized, because it is. Here, so this is kind of an example I'm talking about. This isn't perfect, obviously, but that's kind of like that gives you the general idea. So, so coming out of this room, this will be the final time I do this. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that last. I didn't mean to do that last time word. So coming out of this room, if you've made it here with no mistakes, kudos to you, because that is really hard to do. This is like the home stretch of the level, so you can try and get this hole in one. You see this pop. I mean, I don't really think I need to explain this to you. Don't die. Alright, so once you get right here, you can actually jump the gap here. So you can either sprint and do a slide hop if you want. But what I like doing here is I just do an instant slide and then a jump. Strafe left, double jump, strafe right, double jump, land on the rail, and then we get right here. Either one of these is fine. With the slide here, it's just a bit more strafe intensive. So if you're not as confident in your strafing ability, this is going to be like a bit slower, but you get more speed from the initial slide. You don't have to strafe as much with that route. So once you get here, yeah, just slide left, right, double jump, and then when this guy comes through here, you can sprint right through him because it's a scripted motion through a door. Double jump here, double jump here, double jump, wall kick. Boom. That is Effect and Cause Chapter 2. Wowee. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was informative to you and some of the intricacies and everything in Effect and Cause Chapter 2. Good luck learning Hellroom. It's not easy. Have patience with yourself. You're not going to get it the first time, or the 12th time, maybe even the 20th time, or the 30th, but you'll get there. Hellroom is really hard. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video, which I'm about to record right now. Peace. I'm not going to use the OK hand that time. Peace.